Let's do a very quick summary. In the last practices, what we have done is we reverted back a file into one of the previous versions and we reverted the whole commit, right? So let's try to do some more practice on those. For example, I added some files in separate commits. Let's see what I did. Let's see the logs. So here, first of all, I deleted all the files and then I added some files in separate commits. This is the file 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So somehow I had a typo in this commit message, but these are the commits and these are the files. I have 5 files. All were added in separate commits. So let's try to do, for example, one of these like reset. For example, if I reset let's do a soft reset. To head first ancestor will remove this one and second will remove this one, right? So let's do the second ancestor, which is this one. Okay, now when I see the logs, what I have is I have file 3, 2 and 1, right? 4 and 5 are gone. So I removed 2 commits. But this erased, this wiped out the whole commit like as if I did not do those commits at all. But if I want to keep track, I have to do a revert instead of reset, right? So these are removing the track, but these are keeping the track. So since I do the soft reset, I still have the control on those changes. So let me apply them back. Yes, I have these files, right? So let's add them. Actually, let's do in the same way. Like this might be my file number 4 and this might be my file number 5. Let's see. Okay, now I have commits 4 and 5 again and I have all the files still. So let's do the revert. So I want to revert up to this point, right? So I will select, sorry, I want to revert up to this point, these two. So up to this, I want to revert. So this is reverting addition of file number 4. Okay, message seems okay. Right and quit. So now I have the still all the track, they are not removed, and even the reversion or operation itself has a track here. But what files do I have now? Okay, everything is clear. And files 4 is gone, right? But 5 is not. So which means reset goes to a specific head, specific version, and wipes out everything up to that point. And in revert, we can still select a specific version, but revert is reverting only that specific commit, not everything up to that point. So this is the difference. And one other difference was already keeping track or not. So let's reset this. I want to have file number 4 again, and I want to revert file 4 and 5 together. So let's try to do that. First of all, let's reset the last one. And let's do a hard reset. I don't want to have the controls. It will already bring back my file, right? So yes, now file should be there. Yeah, I can see file number 4. So if I want to keep track, and in the meantime, if I want to revert a multiple of commits, not only a specific one, but for example, the last reversion was this one, right? First of all, let's see the commits. Okay, so I want to revert up to this point, which is the second ancestor of the head. So if I want to keep track, I have to use revert, and I will use this, but this removes only the specific commit, this one. So I want to include this as well. So what I will do is I will pass a range. To do that, I use a specific operator, which is this one, and then include everything and up to this point. This will revert all the commits starting from this to this. So starting from here to here. So these two will be reverted. But if I do this, everything will be reverted in separate commits. So again, I will see two commits here. So if I don't want to see all the reversions in separate commits, I can pass a flag which is no commit. No commit. So if I run this, what happened now? Let's see. 4 and 5 are gone. So 4 and 5 are not there. And let's see the logs. The last log is still this one because I did the revert without making any commit, right? So let's now try to see what happens if I do with committing. When I try to do a range of reverts. So now I want to have file number 4 and 5 again, right? So let's add them. let's add our last file and let's commit this at 5. Okay, now I see these two, so let's revert these two again. It was this one, right? But this time let's do with commits. So since this is making a revert operation on a range on multiple commits, for each reversion I expect a separate commit. Let's see. Now this is reverting at 5. Okay. And this is another commit reverting at 4. So now I see two commits, right? So let's see the logs again. Okay, these are my two revert commits. So these are all reverting the commits, but reset erases the history. Revert does not with a new commit. But these are single reversions, right? If I want to do the revert on a range of commits, then I have to pass the range starting from the oldest and then pass the operator and then state that I'm passing a range and then finally pass the newest. So from oldest to newest. And if I do this, of course it will do some, not a new commit, but some new commits, right? For each revert, I will see a separate commit. But if I want to do without commits, so this will a little bit more similar to the reset, right? Because it doesn't keep a track of the revert itself, but at least it keeps track of the previous commit which was reverted. We will still see there. So it might be a little bit confusing, but somehow we might want to do this. No commits.